Introverted shy men of Reddit, what is the best way to ask you out? How should we know? We didn't even date before. Guess the people who upvoted my comment must be a true introvert. But yeah, this is how I really feel though. Basically, I have trouble dating girls because I have never really dated a girl. Why hasn't anyone given you diamond yet? It always reminds me of this. Just be direct. There have been a few times that I've had friends point out to me that a girl had been hitting on me after the fact. I don't know enough about women, dating, or flirting to know when a girl is showing genuine interest or just being nice. Just do it privately. This one is big. As an introvert, I hate doing all the romantic and relationship stuff in any kind of a public setting. I just have problem when anyone else is around. Yeah, seconded. Don't just hit on us. Don't make us guess whether you're hitting on us. State your intention, so we don't think I'm probably reading too much into this. I agree with this one. Not in front of other people. This. Definitely this. I remember when a girl asked me out in front of her and my friends. My brains completely froze, and I wasn't able to respond to it. Gave her a high five, and went to class. Gave her a high five, and went to class. I'm sorry, but that is hilarious. Once a girl asked me out when in class and everybody was there. Like 30 people. Everybody was sitting in circle. True nightmare material. This has happened to me, and it didn't end well. Missed out on a super hot girl too who was very persistent, but I couldn't handle it. A lot of focus on directness, not enough on not doing in large groups, or in front of a lot of people. Just give us some food. Say you have more back at your place. This is the bait that works 100% of the time. Source: I get baited with this. Just ask directly, hey, would you like to go out sometime? Literally as simple as that. I wish so hard that people would do this. I have almost no friends, and whenever I try to plan time with people it seems like I always find the least convenient times to be free. Either people really hate spending time with me, or I have the worst timing in the world. It's probably the first thing. I always think it's the first, but I'm almost positive it's the second, at least in my case. I live far away from all my friends and it's a 4-hour train ride to hang out, so I'm constantly alone at home. I'm in this comment and I don't like it. Yay, then I'll feel obligated to say yes, because I won't know how to say no. Personally, I have zero ability to pick up on hints or flirting of any kind. I generally don't even realize if something I'd saying or doing could be construed as flirting. My wife took the direct route by getting me in a private situation and kissing me. That was direct enough for me to figure out. Anything short of that, or coming straight out and asking me to take her on a date, and I probably would never have realized how she felt. I'm dense like that, in some ways. My partner was the same. I'm autistic, and so I don't have much problem saying what I'm thinking. I tried flirting, but he kept missing the hint. I literally sent him a bra pic that said stop ignoring me, and he didn't realize I was interested in him. So one night I asked him, is there a reason you keep avoiding me dropping hints that I'm interested in you? I thought that maybe he wasn't interested, and I should leave him alone. He was flabbergasted though, and had just missed all the hints. Is he autistic too? Serious question, not making a joke, I'm just curious, because of the missing hints thing. I love that half the comments in here are self-deprecating humor. These are my people. Lang party boys. No, that would involve social interaction. Well yes, but actually no. As long as we agree to communicate only by typing. I brought my DS to my senior prom in HS, and so did my date. We spent half the night typing to each other instead of talking. Sending rude things on PictoChat. Sounds like you guys had a special connection. Please don't just drop subtle hints, it confuses us. We are simple creatures who just want to have someone to cuddle with. Yep, I'm 52% sure that the girl I like is somewhat interested in me, but there's no direct communication about it. Some people might say that I should just take the chance, but I can't. If she asked me, it would be an instant yes, but the second I think about asking her, I get anxious and unable to talk, act naturally. Even if I happen to pick up on certain hints, I don't like making assumptions about what they mean, because I've been wrong oh so many times before. I'm about 80% sure that my work crush wouldn't mind going out for a coffee with me, but I'm still struggling to know whether she's showing genuine interest or if she's just really nice. She's also socially awkward, so that muddles things a little. I'm going to a movie. You're coming with, right? A bunch of us will be too shy to say no. We'll say yes, because we feel like we are being put on the spot, and then no show out of anxiety, and later ignore any texts or calls we get from you like the plague, because it makes us feel cornered and threatened, because we know we lied about going, and that you will bring that up. Eventually you will think we hate you, but in reality we think you hate us. Lol, I'd be married with kids by now, if this wasn't me. Despite my anxiety, I have too much pride to not go. Same thing. Plans are plans. Never going to break my word. If I end up not wanting to come, I'll have to say it at least one day before. I'm into that, brother. Be friendly without any red flags. Story time. When I was a teenager, a girl approached me in a library with a hokey story about collecting names and phone numbers of library users. This was intended to be charming, but it just signaled dishonesty to me. She had brought along her younger sister to listen in, and smirk strike two. Every couple of minutes, she would get up, return to a literal circle of friends, and they would audibly discuss every single word of our conversation, effectively negating any sense of intimacy. I decided it was some kind of cruel prank whose full nature I just hadn't figured out. By the time she told me she liked me and wanted to spend time with me, I had fully hardened my heart against her. I'm in this photo and I don't like it. This is why high school dating was impossible for me. Nope. Not dealing with this ridiculous gossip. Later on in life, it's still a good rule not to date immediate colleagues. This happened to me when I was on a bus, but I don't know if she likes me. Ask in person, in private. Be direct and to the point, and make sure you establish that it's a date. Want to go on a date with me this Saturday? Is pretty clear and to the point. This TBH. I'm as dumb as a rock when it comes to picking up on hints, and won't even try when to pick up on them on the chance I get it wrong. We live in the #metoo area, mind you. Then I say yes, and get excited about it. Then my mind tells me she just meant like a date, like we're just friends hanging out date, not a romantic date. There's no way she meant it romantically, because she's way out of my league. Plus it's a day date on Saturday, so if it was romantic then it'd be a nighttime date, and also if it was romantic she would have said so. It's just a friend date, no big deal. She's still fun to hang out with, I just won't make any moves. Private spot is a good idea. I have terrible anxiety when near crowds, and if it's a big crowd 60+ people my anxiety will get so bad I can barely think or understand anything. You're gonna have to corner me and block the exits. This is when I will try and go into my fight or flight response. If you are quick enough you will be able to tackle and hold me down, which will give you enough time to ask me directly. I may not accept it's genuine at first, but be persistent. It also helps if you are a forward aggressive girl. The most dangerous game, introvert hunting. Sorry, but this is not great advice. It's the mirror of she's just playing hard to get. If you weren't interested in her, then this just becomes harassment. Yup. Part of my confidence issues in dating comes from a couple of girls wouldn't take no for an answer. Be direct, but be respectful of boundaries. It's perfectly okay to ask. It's even okay to ask again later, just in case the person is unsure or has a conflict, but lacks the social skills to suggest alternatives. But don't keep pushing beyond that. No doesn't usually involve a lot of complications. For the good of both of us, please don't. I'm a mess. You can't possibly want this. I shall also throw out the I don't want to belong to the club that would accept people like me as a member quote. I'm a simple man. I see Groucho Marx, I upvote. Bud, everyone deserves someone, including you. Don't sell yourself short. You are worth something. Not op, but you say that without knowing just how much of a mess someone might be. Some of us are in such rotten condition that another person showing attraction to us would actually be a pretty big red flag. To be fair, though, that probably means there's a lot more wrong with us than mere introversion. Literally just do it. We will be awkward, probably terrified, but once we come back to our senses you'll find that we are pretty cool. Hey, I like you because you're funny, cute, whatever. Fancy taking me out to dinner? Done. Introverted men are just unwilling to make fools of themselves or make the first move. Once that hurdle is over and there's an explanation, it's very easy to pick up from there. Fancy taking me out to dinner? No. This happened to me before and it put lots of pressure on me, so in the end there was no dinner. What is this? You invite me and I have to organize and presumably pay. You want me to take you to dinner? Where? Where do people go for dinner? What do people eat at these places? What if I take you somewhere and you don't like the food there? I can't handle this kind of pressure. This is what confident girls say to introverted guys in order to get a free meal. Not that that's what you mean by this, but this absolutely happens. Propose to them with a chocolate bar. What kind of chocolate bar? Asking the serious questions. My ex-girlfriend just asked me to go get coffee after class. I said yes. The next week I saw her. I felt comfortable enough to ask her out. Just start the conversation, initially. Bro, you didn't ask her out. She asked you out. Despite us being pretty shy, it would probably be not a bad idea to be direct, obviously introducing yourself, if we don't know each other yet. Approaching us first is a good start. I know my biggest hurdle is always starting the conversation, and every girl I've dated has always been the first one to say something. I always really appreciate it because walking up and starting a conversation with a stranger I'm attracted to is completely terrifying. Straight up ask us, cause Lord knows we're overthinking it and aren't going to do it. Be direct in respectable manner and give him enough room to decline and let him know that it's okay if he does not answer our way. Literally ask me lol. At the very least talk to me. Sometimes I know girls kinda like me and they get all skittish about it. I'm not interested a priori, so if you don't talk to me, I'm just gonna ignore you. I have no idea how I'd react in this bizarre hypothetical situation. I'm pretty sure that I would freeze up in shock and lose the opportunity. Can I just say that you're an angel for not sticking to tradition and asking him out even when he's shy? I know when I was single it would be a giant relief and confidence booster. Thanks in the name of all shy or insecure men out there. I don't know. I never been asked or asked someone out. If a girl asked me out of nowhere, I would probably just look perplexed for a couple seconds, have an awkward laugh, think it's some kind of ruse, mumble something incoherent, leave and think about it for the next 10 years. Probably better to slowly get to know them, watch films together, play video games, and become close friends, then go from there. Also try to avoid compliments, flattery. With a coworker, watching films together, or playing video games involves some kind of advanced get to know each other, being on a same turf. That's the part that puzzles me. Could try talking to him there when both not busy, avoid overly personal questions or things that might put pressure on him. Instead find out what he enjoys, or just general easy to answer stuff. If he barely speaks then you might have to do all the talking as he listens. Thank you. This is helpful. You goose, I'm sure whoever would be your partner loves you for you. I wouldn't care if they're introverted, as long as they're happy. So stop being so harsh on yourselves. Can't get a partner if you never leave your room points to temple. The world outside of my house is a big scary place, full of people who might find me attractive or want to get to know me. The world inside of my house has potato chips, pretzels, tea, internet, solitude, and books. Easy choice. True words. It just don't work like that lol. First you have to find us. I have no idea how you'd do that. Knocking on doors at random would be the most efficient way of reaching us, but probably won't go over well for anyone. We don't want you barging into our lives. Our conversation stoppers. Any form of making the first move is welcome. The reason I became shy in the first place was from a few situations where I asked the girl out because I thought she was being flirty with me, but it turns out she's just being nice. I really don't wish to go through that awkwardness again, because every time after that point I'm around that girl at work, school, etc. It's forever awkward. As an introverted girl, if someone asked me out without having got to know me before, it would have to be a no. It doesn't take very long to get to know me a bit though, and once I'm comfortable, that's when you should ask me out. I'm assuming the same goes for guys too. People don't usually have a chance to get to know you unless you guys are going to school together or something. That's what dating is for, lol. Date doesn't mean we're together, it means let's get to know each other. Want to come over and stay indoors watching TV? Yes, fellow human, would placing yourself in a temperature controlled environment spectating semi-controlled photons be an acceptable environment for romanticism and bonding?